Hello there folks, I'm Dan Brown from asortofinterestinglife.com. You're joining me on board my humble narrowboat home Tilly. It's about sort of 8:30 in the morning. I've got the engine running just for a few minutes before I head out to charge the batteries, and well, me and my dad are just off walking, not up any mountains or anything. I thought I'd choose a location that's completely flat in theory. And here it is, Llyn Brenig. This is a reservoir that was opened up in the 1970s, and they say it took 4 years to fill, which I'm not sure if that's true or not, but looking at it, and especially after I've walked the 10 miles, which seemed an awful lot further around the outskirts, it certainly seems big enough to have taken that long to fill up. Of course, this being a trip that involved me, fire was going to be involved at some point. The good old flint and steel. Never grow up, that's my motto. But you'll notice in this video there's an awful lot of different sort of environments. And there's a lot of this sort of general bit of undulating forested area on the outskirts of it. There's an awful lot being deforested as well at the minute. And a great many Christmas trees. I don't know why I never ever call them pine trees. They're always Christmas trees, and there's all of these random little things dotted around like this bridge here, and of course with it being basically a big lake, I suppose, it's got all sorts of little sort of slaty shores and things like that. And really just a huge amount of varied geology with all sorts of different features. And considering it is just a big flat area around this reservoir, there's an awful lot more going on. It's a little bit industrial, I think, as well. And certainly in these weather conditions, once again, misty, a little bit of damp in the air and overcast. But of course, you can't come to a nice big open place like this with lots of flat slaty stones about without a good bit of skimming, which you can imagine is always an excellent way to pass the time after dinner. And well, when you've got slow motion options as well, oh, who can resist a little quick video clip like that? Great stuff. Anyway, you're seeing here one of those bizarre geological features that I mentioned, where you've just got all of these layers and layers, all really tightly compacted slaty stone there, and as you can see, it's all being weathered away into ideal little pebbles for skimming. And again, once again, showing how varied the general environment is. We had to traipse across a huge amount of very boggy, wet, sort of heathery ground that you're seeing there. And I suppose I'll wrap things up, and I'll just mention that the reason that there's that bizarre introduction to this video is because while I was on the boat, I was going to show you what we were going to be having for dinner and cooking on the little camping stove somewhere. But as it took us so long to actually get around because we were taking our time to such an extent that we took too much time, we had to rush back to the car to make sure that we got out before they locked the gates and trapped us inside. And so the end of the video is not quite what I was hoping it would be. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Check out my other videos for loads more walking and biking over mountains and round lakes and goodness knows what else. And of course, feel free to like the Facebook page or even add me personally on Facebook and Twitter for more general pictures and updates from life on the canal. Anyway, until the next time, keep it boot worthy and farewell.